Hello again, Chevy Douchebag. This was a response to your last video. You asked me my thoughts on the origin of the universe. Do I believe in creationism or evolution, or what do I think? I would like to start off by saying I do not believe in creation. And I don't believe in the Big Bang. But I will actively deny creation story, while the Big Bang I passively have not quite yet accepted. So, creationism leaves many questions, and it doesn't leave many room for answer. I'm just going to go by and list a few of the things I have a problem with that creationism has yet to explain to me, and I don't really think it has an explanation. First, how come we can see light from stars so far away that it would take billions of years to reach Earth? And that was really kind of him, because then it'll give us something to look at. It's really exciting. How did the Earth ever have so many animals on it to incorporate all the animals we have now and all the animals that are now extinct that we can only have through fossils? There's like an estimated 99.9% of all species ever to live on the Earth are extinct. I mean, even if that figure is wrong, imagine if there were only twice as many as there are today. I mean, like, imagine if there are all the animals there are today, if there are only twice as many of those. Like, that's a lot of animals. I don't know how the Earth's ecosystem would be able to handle that. I mean, most of these animals are completely incompatible with each other, and they are in direct conflict with each other, and they take up so much space and energy. I just don't understand. By the way, 2 million species are known, and an estimated 3 to 100 million have yet to be discovered or documented. Also, how could fossils form in under 20,000 years? Don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert on this, but don't really think that's possible. Generally, fossils are pretty old. Why did God make it look like the landscape formed over millions of years? No, he just made it that way. He just made mountains look like they came bursting out of the ground because of plate tectonics. He just happened to make the ocean's floor seem covered in millions of years of ocean debris. Just made it seem like there are layers that would have formed over millions of years as the seasons of the Earth changed in uplifted rocks. He just happened to make it look like that. He wanted it to look that way. Okay. Why did God make so many species if he knew most of them would die right away? I mean, he made like millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of animal species, but he knew they were all going to die right away, either by the flood or just by natural extinction. Because, I mean, there are way more animals fossilized than there are alive today. How come carbon dating so often dates things in the millions and billions of years old? Why are the most primitive species the furthest down as far as layers of the Earth go, though? Most advanced up here, most primitive down here. Granted, this is about Big Bang versus creationism. I'm just talking about my problems with creationism, which flies very directly in the face of evolution. Why do we never find modern species bones alongside prehistoric fossils? I think there was a famous quote by a strong evolutionist, a famous evolutionist, and someone asked him, "Sir, what could ever prove to you that evolution is wrong?" And he responded by saying, "Rabbits in the Precambrian." Meaning, if he found rabbit fossils in the Precambrian, rabbits which are fairly modern animals, and the Precambrian, which is basically single-celled, like fuzzy organisms barely forming, that would kind of be a problem with evolution, and he might change his mind. Why do humans have useless organs, like tailbones and the appendix? How come there is so much genetic variation in the human race, even though we all came from one man and one woman? I was about to go on, but I think that's enough. I think you get the point. You should check out the links on the side here. They're pretty sweet, but anyways, evolution still has a few gaps in it which have yet to be explained. But evolution not only is supportable and logical, but it is testable. We still don't quite know what gravity is, but that doesn't mean it's not real. We can actually predict fossils that have yet to be found. We can say, hey, here's fossil A, here's fossil C. Well, where's fossil B? Fossil B is probably going to look like this. It's probably going to be found around here in this part of the world. and then we find them. There are many differences between a theory and an idea. One of the most important differences is a theory can be proven wrong, and it can also be supportable. A theory can actually predict results. It's a testable theory. We tested positively and negatively. So that's basically all I have for you on my opinion on the origin of the universe. Pretty vague. No one's really convinced me yet, as the scientific community is still debating it. For the most part, though, I tend to agree with the scientific community being the authorities on the matter, being the only people who are actually studying it. The scientific community tends to agree on the Big Bang. So I tend to associate myself with the Big Bang, although I'm not strictly following it, but I will strictly stay away from creationism. It's just a bad idea. So, as far as specific details about size, shape, and location of the universe, I'm not really sure. I think I have to do a little more research about all that stuff before I can really make an accurate assumption about those sorts of things. I haven't really thought about that point you made about isn't the universe space itself, so if the universe began at a point, where was it? Because there wasn't any space. Good question. Very good question. Something to think about, maybe research, and get back to me if you find out anything interesting about that. So, hope to hear from you more in the future. Maybe you have any more questions, maybe have any more ideas to share with me. Have a good day. Talk to you later, man. Bye.